following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome to this episode of Niagara Stuff. Today, my guest is the one and only Rich Meranto. He's on this side of the camera, and we have Tyler the intern.
Tyler White the intern.
He's producer in training behind the wheels of steel today.
Yeah, so. Tyler's been helping me out all summer. He's a former student from the old Niagara Falls High School.
Awesome.
He's a D1 rugby player at University of Bonaventure.
All right, great.
Nationally ranked. He's
wow.
He's a big dude.
Yes.
So if you need help moving a fridge, Tyler's your man.
Right.
Now Tyler's here. He's a broadcast major at Bonaventure. So and his family is, I watched him grow up. And I'm super lucky to have him helping me out this summer. And it kind of worked out today. You called and he was working with me anyway. So
nice.
So yeah.
Welcome, Tyler.
Yeah.
Rich, we got a lot to catch up on.
A lot to catch up on.
Yeah, it's a hot summer so far.
Yeah.
This is our 13th episode of Niagara Stuff.
Oh, congratulations!
And it's going to be about a year now that when I started. So
that's great. Congratulations,
yeah,
and I appreciate
13,
your business because the goal here is to stay open, and you've been great help, and I enjoy working with you. I really do enjoy working with you.
Yeah.
It's fun. You let me kind of talk too much, and so I appreciate it. So.
It's fun. It's good conversation. When we're talking about Star Wars and Muppets and general bullshit, it's an easy conversation. Yeah. So thank you for filling in, jumping in when a guest says bailed or couldn't show up or I didn't plan correctly.
People are busy and people do that all the time. There's always something last minute. And I don't know. Sometimes they chicken out or
because I normally would be doing it too. Like if I was on the other side when I never was on camera before and that I would delay it as far as possible.
Yep.
So
I don't love being on this side of the camera. I mean, I'm launching my own. Well, we'll get to that. But, some stuff I'm working on. But
let's get into it. Like what? Give us an update on Emerge while we're sitting right in the middle of it.
Yeah. So we're sitting here at Emerge Media Creators in Niagara Falls, and Niagara Falls business. We've been open in this location now about a year. We started in the town of Niagara. And then we were lucky enough to get a grant, so we moved into the falls, and we renovated this huge space, close to over 3,000 square feet, with multiple podcast studios and photography space and a cool lobby, and we do a little bit of everything. I try to tell people it's not just podcasting; it's any type of content creation. So I'm actually literally today last week I filmed a music video with Bruce Wojcik, who's dropping a new album, and we shot his music video. So I edited that. That was great. Cool opportunity to do that. So we do a little bit of everything. I've got a bunch of other projects with like Red Cross and state parks that I got through Angela Birdie, who's been a good friend. People have been, I have to say, like the community is, I really shouldn't say this more often than how supportive the community's been. Whether it's dropping off videotapes to be converted to digital, music videos, podcasting, events, people have really been supportive.
It's also a cool genre, like or even subculture. It's a bunch of people with the same ideals, want to do something related in technology or staying up to date on things, whether it's doing their own podcast. It was like 20 years ago with blogs, people getting into them, and some still exist. People are still typing away and doing the writing and research and everything. And
it's all content. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, it's all content. Don't think of it as a podcast or a React or a blog. It's just content. Yeah. Whether you're making a TikTok or it's all the same types of cameras and microphones. It's just how it's kind of like where you're showing it. And it's, whether it's on TV or a computer or on your phone. And what I'm about to drop in the next couple weeks, my first podcast that I'm doing by myself called Why We Pod. And it's a podcast about why people podcast. And you're going to be a guest soon because you've been doing this stuff for a while. And I want to have you as the guest for my next season. But I did 5 interviews 3 are people that I podcast for, but 2 of them are not people that I produce their podcasts. They're just podcasters that I know. So I wanted to not make it just about marketing my own space. Right. But we have 5 in-depth conversations about why would you spend this time. And it's a lot of different reasons. And it's a great, I love the 5 people that I had from my first season. Cool. So we're going to do it like a Netflix thing or an Amazon thing where we're going to drop 1 episode a week. For 5 weeks.
Binge it. Some night, right.
Well, I'm not going to drop all 5 because I don't like that. I'm going to drop 1 at a time.
Then I watch them all.
1 week at a time, and then I'm going to start working on the second season.
Awesome.
When I have time.
Cool.
So
it's a cool, on this side, it's a cool hobby, a fun hobby.
Yeah.
And also the chance to express yourself or be creative.
That's exactly it.
Get your ideas out. Say something that you might want to say, or listen to someone say what they want to say.
If you give a
shit.
If people come to me and they're like, I'm gonna this and I'm gonna quit my job, and I'm like, well, good luck. It's very difficult to get to that point.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it because you really are passionate about whatever it is you want to talk about, like Don who does Bitcoin, he's super passionate. It's helped him grow his brand. And, and he's got a pretty cool following, and he goes live like every week, and I love working with him, and he's finally get me to buy my first Bitcoin.
Wow.
And
cool.
Not a full Bitcoin because that's like $13,000,
but you got interested in it.
But it's that type of thing, something you're passionate about. And if it furthers your goals, and if you're able to monetize and make a few bucks off of it, sure. But if you're doing it just so you can hang out with your bros, that's great too.
Right.
And it's something to do. We're all kind of caught up in, I'm on my phone and I'm looking at what some guy said and blah, blah, blah. Where instead, let's create your own content, and it gives you something to do. Go out for pizza after or whatever. Right. That's kind of what the goal of Emerge kind of is.
It's fun.
Help people do it.
It's fun.
Yeah,
definitely. So. Good. And you have some new podcasts here also?
We have a new podcast. I just produced a couple episodes with someone, and her partner, her business partner came in. We produced 3 episodes. We're still in the process of getting that ready to launch. Tyler and his dad have a new podcast called Packs and Pints, where they rip open cards and then they do a little battle, and they also discuss beer. I don't know how this worked because apparently, I don't know how this happened, but Tyler had tasted beer before he turned 21. I don't know.
Way.
But yeah, I don't know. So he already knows a little bit about beer, but he only turned 21 a couple weeks ago. So
it was just a sip.
It must have been in Canada. Yeah. He only drank it in Canada.
Well, happy birthday, 21st.
21st. His birthday
awesome.
last Monday.
Cool. Yeah, last Monday.
Nice.
In my defense,
we knew we'd get him on camera.
Canada,
yeah,
so,
right. Yeah. Man, those were the days.
Yeah.
That was so fun when it was still somewhat new and exciting, and And now I'm in bed by 9 o'clock, and I look out for birds in the back, and I'm gardening now.
Yeah.
Instead of what I was doing when I was 21. My spirit's still there though.
I mean,
good stuff.
No, but they're new, and then the folks, and we have a couple other things we're kind of working out some stuff with some folks. A couple folks have talked about coming back. One podcast kind of broke down just because things happened. And he's been trying to retool, but we got about 13 that produce regularly.
Who off the top of your head is humming along and jamming as far as consistency?
The consistency is Tank.
Tank
and the Tank Talk Pod. They're here every week. Don's here every week. The girls from A&B Convo are here every week. They'll be coming in later tonight.
After,
Virtuosos, they're here every week. And then 716, which is Legion, which is my son's podcast, which is started as a Star Wars podcast. They're doing really well. They're here all the time. They have all kinds of different ways of because there's 4 of them, plus they kind of have a cast of characters that kind of chime in. I'm even on once in a while as a contributor. They're always doing something.
They're like the Wu-Tang Clan of Emerge.
They're
30 of them.
They monetize. They're doing very well. They have 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. They have several TikToks that are over 100,000, 1 or 2 at 1 million.
Right. They do the reaction videos.
They do reaction videos
comic
and
book,
all kinds of stuff. And they're trying to figure out ways they're always trying to reinvent themselves.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're great. And then I'm trying to make sure one of the newer ones that I'm real proud of is the Mom and Daughter Disney Dreamers podcast. It's a mom and daughter that come in a couple times a month. Phil Buffone and Cindy Simoian, they do tee it up with Phil and Cindy, and I just filmed my first remote podcast with them. I know we've been talking about doing some remote ones down at Hill of Beans, a coffee shop in Youngstown. That's where Tyler and I just were. So, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, well, I got, I have a young lady that comes in every couple Mondays, once a Monday, to do the mommy and momming is a millennial, so she's here. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody.
That's a lot, though.
But it's a lot, and it's but it's going well. I'm really very happy with where we are, and I'm just hoping. So if you want to do a podcast, give me a call.
Real quick, can you update us on the legacy videos? I know that's one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the I do if it involves video, I probably do it. So we do video conversions for all your videotapes and slides and movies. We do that. I got a bunch of orders that we're doing at the house right now. But then I also started this new thing called legacy videos where you basically interview, these are not like, this isn't a podcast. You sit down with a grandpa or an aunt or your mom and dad, and you just ask them all those questions that you want future generations to hear.
Yeah.
And I've done about 3 or 4 of those now. And, I just come to your location, or you can come tape them here. And then we just get you a couple cameras going, and you guys can look at photo albums, and you can do whatever you want. I provide you with a list of questions if you want to prepare, but most people just talk about where did you meet mom, or, where did you go to high school, and who were your friends growing up, and what was your first car. And it's really just something that you can just keep that for someday.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I wish I would have done it with my dad.
Yeah. Man. Our relatives are people that, great grandfather kind of back then, whatever recordings, that would have been great. Yeah.
Everything I do, I want it to be inexpensive so people will do it. Great. I don't want to charge so much that people won't do it. And same thing with the podcast, because most people are doing it. They're trying to save money they got an apartment or a dog or a kid or whatever. They can't spend hundreds of dollars a week on podcasting. And some people, because it's their full-time real job, they have to charge more. So I'm not begrudging the people that charge a lot, but they must realize that they're giving up opportunities to really maybe find that jewel in the rough, so to speak, that's going to be the big podcast.
Yeah.
Tank's got a big announcement on his that he got that I can't say he's going to be announcing, and slowly that he's got a big movement on his podcast. Obviously, there's a lot that are coming along. Awesome. And just I tell everybody, just keep creating your content, be consistent, be focused, and you'll get there. Right. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and with that being said, I'm hoping to. I've done about 1 a month, even though we've done 2 in a month, but there's been some gaps there. I'm hoping to in the next year, the next following episodes have increased to twice a month. Yeah, with more content on the social media and the website page and everything like that. So
it's a lot of work.
Oh, it is. It is a fun hobby to do, but it's also is a lot of work. And even just staying up on top of the information of where to post it, how to post it, how to get it to who, the algorithms.
I'm
and that
trying
stuff.
to.
That's a science in itself.
Yeah, I work with Tank a lot, and we've been trying to come up with best practices. So on the podcast that I did, we have some, and even since I recorded those in March, there's already new things that we could talk about. Yeah. So Tank did a little workshop a couple weeks ago and showed Matt, who's wandering around the building somewhere in the back doing his content, and that about just best practices and how to get your YouTube channel set up right, how to write your descriptions, how to figure out tags, all that stuff. And Tank, does that full time. And he also does his own stuff on the side, and he's a very good editor.
Yeah, he's
and
a good source.
So it's it's definitely it's like if you want to go out to the gym every week and get in shape, you have to work on it.
Oh yeah, little gains all along the way,
Yeah, I mean it's just you got to commit to it. You got to spend the time, and so it's just
fun stuff.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, I love it. In the news recently in Niagara Falls, there's a couple of big headlines as far as small business, kind of shitty news. Power City Eatery on 3rd Street is closing the doors in August, I think. Great family that runs it, Joe and his wife. It's an awesome building, awesome. Everything is great in there, and it's sad to see that one go.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to run a business, and especially if it's your real life. Like I'm a retired guy. This is a second act that's fun. I need this to be successful for my own sanity, but like it's not paying for my mortgage or my kids to go to school or eat
You have
or
some
something.
flexibility.
I have
You're
I wanted to be successful. I don't want to go bankrupt. But even the stress of it being a part-time, and it's not part-time because I'm here 7 days a week. My wife says, take a day off.
Retire.
Be retired. I'm the worst retired person in the world. But even that stress of running it. So, I don't know the owner.
Yeah.
But I know he's put in a good fight.
Oh, yeah,
and people love it. And his goodbye to the community, so to speak, was very heartfelt, and he's got other plans. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know the story about what's going in there.
Yeah.
Out of there,
I have
why,
heard some
anything,
rumors. My son was at a food truck event at Larkin, and he was talking to a guy that he knows that has a food truck that's been in Niagara Falls,
Little
and
birdies.
he's saying
Chirping.
that he told my son, because he recognized my son because he's downtown,
Yeah.
that he, I think, already has that spot.
Really?
Or he's getting that spot.
Oh shit.
So there will be.
good.
I don't want to misquote my son or misquote the guys that he talked to, but it sounds like something will be going in there.
Breaking news.
So
Niagara stuff. All
yeah,
right,
only
thanks
because
for
my
that.
son drove out to Larkin Square the other, for Tuesday was at Food Truck Tuesdays at
Yeah.
Larkin. To
Awesome.
get his
Well, that's
to get
good
his
then.
thing. So yeah,
Cool.
I mean
Okay.
I was glad to hear that.
Yeah. It's a win-win. Hopefully, a win for Joe and
Yeah.
win for the guy moving in. Or
Maybe
the
he's
people
got
moving in.
maybe he's got another idea. But I mean, like there are some. I mean, obviously there was another. You can kind of talk about the other one.
The other big news too is Michael's. Big fire at Michael's. That sucks. And
Yeah.
we went. My buddy Rob and I went. We went a few weeks ago, and they opened at 3:30, but it was 3. So we went to. The door was locked, and I missed out on my last plate of meatballs
jeez.
there. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, he posted something. I don't know the Capizis well. I mean, I've met Mike a few times, but
60
maybe
years,
they'll
61
maybe they'll.
years,
I don't know. I feel like because he's older, maybe I don't know who. If he were to, I know that he mentioned on Facebook. I think a while back he was thinking of maybe selling it. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what I heard that it was.
I don't
up
know what
for
the long.
sale and
I'm hoping that somebody
maybe
is
the
interested
next
in kind
generation.
of taking it over and
Yeah.
reopening it. But there are a couple things. The Old Goose's Roost, somebody
Oh
posted.
yeah, Country Hen.
The Country Hen's
Yeah, I
opening.
want to try that.
I know you've been talking to the guy who opened up the collectible store.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's that called?
Josh Lopez, I believe his name is,
Yep.
and it's Lolo's Arcade.
Yep. 56th Street,
56th
next
Street,
to Meridian
Yeah.
Carpets.
Yep.
I actually looked at that building. And when I was looking at buildings, and I had already kind of committed to this one, and I'm kind of glad I'm here because that one actually, ironically, would have been too small for me.
Yeah,
This
it looks
building's
pretty
way too
big.
big.
I see
It's
the
it's a deep
pictures.
space, and but he just opened.
So it's toys, collectibles.
Yeah.
And an arcade. There's arcade
Yeah.
games in there, like a stand-up arcade where
Yeah.
you can go and play
Yeah.
some of the classics and some new stuff. I
And
saw
I
in the
think
pictures.
he was in Lockport, and he
Yeah.
moved from Lockport to Niagara Falls, so that's always a win.
Yeah, I met him online,
Yeah.
just reaching out as a new business and seeing if he wanted to come on the show. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get him on, or we could even go there.
And I'm 99% sure that Judas Street finally reopened.
I saw some pictures or a video they might have posted.
Yeah.
It looked like they got all
They
refurbished.
had some
inside.
plumbing issues and then sewer issues, and I mean I had talked to Becca and Carrie, Josh, a while back. Hey man, we miss you guys. And he's like, we're working on it. We had a lot more problems. The problem that happened, I think I don't want to misquote, but we became aware of other problems.
Yeah.
And they said, you know what, we got to fix it. These are things that have to be fixed.
Yeah.
So probably took
Good.
them a lot longer than so. My wife and I, we're gonna go soon because that's our favorite place.
Yeah.
It really is. But
Really nice place.
yeah.
It's a little jewel. Right
So
there.
one, it's like it's Casablanca. Like one friend in, one,
Yeah, right.
like they,
Yeah.
they
One
what's
door
the
shuts,
they,
the
what's
other
the
one
like,
opens,
and then she walks back
Yeah.
in.
Right.
We're just talking about Casablanca at the podcast that we did at Hill of Beans.
Oh,
which is,
awesome. We're Hill of Beans. That's
so yeah, the guy's name is Lou Beans. He's from Texas.
really his last name's
His
Beans?
name is Lou Beans.
Cool.
And at LEW. He's from Texas, and he moved up here a while back to run a hotel. and his wife is from Youngstown. So they ended up buying a house in Youngstown, and he just got sick of working for a hotel. So he opened up Hill of Beans, I think 4 or 5 years ago. And he's been open. It's a staple in Youngstown. It's a coffee shop. It's across from the ice cream parlor. It's kind of, if you come down the main street there and you turn left, it's an old house that's been turned into a coffee shop.
I just recently saw it, like just even a week ago. I noticed it.
He's open like 7 to 5 every day, except Thursdays. I think he's open 6 days a week. He lives upstairs.
I love little coffee shops like that.
When we got there, right, Tyler, there was like 35 women on the front porch having their afternoon tea or coffee. So yeah, like, there's a lot of cool places to go.
Yeah, right. But the standouts of the past week were
it's tough to see Michael's.
But I like the new doors opening, and that's great. Lewiston, the Frontier House now.
Yep.
It's called what's the name of the
I don't know.
restaurant?
I didn't realize that they were.
Yeah,
that
it's
far
open.
along.
It's I forget. I'll post it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's open.
A lot of good places. I mean, I just shop local, eat local.
Yep.
Go to those local places.
Produce your podcast locally also, right?
Sure. I mean, it's definitely it's sad when you see something closed for that kind of reason.
That's
either because they just decided it was too much work, they weren't making enough, or in the case of like a disaster, like a fire or something, it's just so frustrating.
And when they have to put the fires out, so everything is just flooded. They have to.
I was worried about La Hacienda because they share a wall,
right?
And I think he got a lot of smoke, but that was about it.
Yeah.
I think they're still okay.
So I do want to discuss the other big summer news, Superman,
the
blockbuster. I loved it. I was hoping that it would be good. I went to.
I'll put my glasses on so you don't recognize me.
Hypno glasses.
My hypno glasses. See, now where'd Rich
Wait,
go?
which one's the superhero? Which one's not? But yeah, go see it. Definitely a good movie. Bring the whole family. There's a little bit of something for everybody.
I'm a big Superman guy.
Yeah, me too.
I grew up, and I think that was I still love the original Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Yeah, me too. That was good.
I love that. I still think that first rescue scene with the helicopter, I just love it. Mm-hmm. I still watch it. I think the music.
You got me. Who's got you?
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that he got her. And it's like, statistically speaking, I just love, and Tyler and I were talking about this on the way here. There's a lot of people that don't want movies to do well anymore. I don't know why we're rooting against. It's not a football team that you don't want the Dolphins to win or something.
Any chance in the comment section to get a couple little barbs in there. And I find myself doing it too.
There's lots of reasons.
I text something and I go, wait a minute. Let me erase
I don't like this movie because they made the character this.
Anything.
Or I don't like this. Like in the case of DC, it's like there was a couple different things. I don't want to get political, but one of them was like the people that liked the Henry Cavill verse, the Snyder verse, and they just wanted to go bad because they somehow think the Snyder verse is coming back. The funny thing about it is James Gunn and Zack Snyder are very, very good friends.
Yeah.
Like Snyder is done. He's mad at Warner Brothers and all that stuff. He's not coming back. Henry Cavill's not coming back. So I would rather move forward and I want DC's movies to be good because that'll make Marvel work harder to make their movies better. Yeah. And then I'm worried that if we don't have movies that do well, we won't have the movie theaters anymore. Right. And I'll just have to watch stuff by myself on the couch.
Yeah, yeah.
I love going to the movies with my friends.
I'm a big DC guy. I've been since I was a kid before the big blow up of the movies. Yeah. And I also like Marvel. I love watching all the Marvel movies, but it's getting the fatigue is it is real because there's so many little facets that you have to remember. Yes. And this guy and that guy and this girl and she was the one. And then some of these
there's too many projects.
Which was the one with Samuel L. Jackson? That was horrible.
That may have been the worst TV. That was like Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
And I watched this stuff with my son on a regular basis. We never finished it.
Oh,
we skipped an episode, and we were like, "This is so bad,
so bad."
And I didn't understand what it wasn't.
Owed him one. We owe you one. We'll give you this. We'll give you your own series.
Yeah, it's bad. And I'm sure not everybody's going to like this. I really liked it. I like Superman because I think he's an optimistic character.
I loved it. I liked his dopiness. I liked that. Reminded me of the '50s comics that I didn't grow up on that. I missed it, but I had them from flea markets and things. And I remember how corny, even like one of my favorites is Shazam, Captain Marvel, original Captain Marvel.
Right.
But he's super corny.
Yeah.
But that's what I liked. He was a kid that turned into, and he stayed as.
That was a
corny
great
as a kid.
idea.
It was fun, and that's how. And there was crypto, and there was all these weird alien things. It wasn't so.
Yeah.
Now I also like the Snyderverse stuff.
I'm not an anti-Snyder person. I
just
really
like it 'cause
liked
it's
Man of
superheroes.
Steel.
I like it.
I really like Man of Steel. I don't think it's the greatest of the Superman movies because I don't
No.
like the Dark Superman because that's what it was like. Instead of the Dark
I
Knight,
like this Batman more than I like Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I like Christian Bale. I like those movies.
Yeah.
But I like the goofy shit. Just
I love Dark Knight. Dark Knight is probably in my top, depending on which week.
That was great.
Dark Knight's probably one of my top 5 favorite movies.
Yeah,
I also
that's
think
great.
it's like when I used to teach media production, Dark Knight was like our teaching tool. Like there's some really Christopher Nolan does an incredible job
Those
making
are great
that
movies.
Yes.
Just not my favorite.
But
Batman.
I like an optimistic. I want to leave the movie theater like feeling. Sometimes I want to leave depressed or whatever. But I also want to sometimes have an optimistic movie. And to me, Superman is an optimistic character. He's not brooding. Batman broods.
Right.
That's why I think Batman and Superman being like Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent being really good friends is kind of the point. That they're very different opposite
yin and
people,
yang.
but at the end of the day they respect each other and they can agree to disagree on the way things should be done. But Superman's an optimistic guy.
Yeah.
And I want like the dorky red trunks because he wants to be dorky. He wants to be approachable.
Yes.
And again, that's why he's a
for kids.
reporter.
It's really
and
for
he's
kids.
searching for truth and justice. That's why he's a reporter and not a police officer. So like I understand the lore of Superman a lot. And I think
It paid
not a
good
perfect
homage
movie.
to it. No, there were some parts where I'm like, what?
But I left
can't even
it-
get into it because it's so
yes.
fresh. But down
Yeah.
the road, there's one part I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from in
Yeah.
this? In this,
There's some things
There's
they
some,
did.
There's some
Yeah.
TNA in it
Yeah.
too. That's what I'm saying. There's some
Sure.
for everybody. There's some murder. There's some head explosions kind of stuff. There's some cool gore.
Yeah.
There's some cartoon elements, cutesy.
It's a little bit of everything. It's a
Yeah,
movie
it's a
you can
little
bring your
slice for
family to.
everybody.
I mean, I feel like little kids can go see this movie and like Superman.
Right.
Not little kids. I don't know if I bring a 5-year-old,
No.
but I bring like an 8-year-old.
I
They
just
don't.
said that
The really
yesterday.
violent thing they don't show on screen. But I mean, like people die in comic books all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a thing.
Tom and Jerry
Yeah,
aspect.
like
or whatever,
right.
the
Like
Wile E.
Elmer Fudd
Coyote.
used to stick
Yeah.
his, get his blow up when Bugs Bunny put a carrot in the gun.
Yeah.
And you can't even watch those anymore. But no, I think it's this month. There's been a lot of good. This has been a great year for movies, in my opinion. We had Sinners.
I still haven't seen that.
which was
either.
very good. Thunderbolts was very good.
yeah,
I liked it.
I liked it, but
it's doing well.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
obviously Lilo and Stitch did very well.
Fantastic Four will do.
Fan
good.
Force coming out,
Superman,
hoping
I
it
think,
does
is gonna
well.
Just kick ass. I think
It's
for
doing
the
very
year.
well. It's been breaking a bunch of
Well
like
deserved,
minor
I feel.
records. And then the other one that was, and I didn't see it because I don't care about it, but Minecraft is doing very well.
Oh, I saw
We
it.
need movies to do well or those theaters won't exist anymore.
Right.
And I don't want to lose those businesses. I think the theater is an experience that you're watching, it's like you're not by yourself watching. That was fine during, 2020. But now I want to go someplace. I want to eat popcorn. You can even go to the Regal, the Cataract. I went with your brother and your dad went to see Superman with it, and your dad had a beer. Like you can have a
at
beer
the
at the movie
Capitol?
theater at the Capitol.
Yeah.
So
Cataract.
I mean, like,
You're really showing
Yeah.
age. You said the Cataract.
the
Capitol.
Capitol.
Yeah.
I got it. I'm sorry,
You were at
because
the Strand?
there
You're
was
on
the
Old
cat.
Fall-
the
you're on
Stra-
Fall
I'm
Street?
not that old. I didn't go to those. I just got there was
saw
the
the
Cataract, the
talkie?
Strand. Oh, it's the Capitol, not the Cataract.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I went. I had a.
Sorry about that.
I'll share this. This whole thing that happened at the movies.
Right.
And I'll fumble through it because I'm not exactly sure politically correct.
Right.
If I'm politically correct in some of my, I don't want to say the wrong thing. But so I go by myself because I find myself having to go by myself a lot of times to see any superhero movies. My girlfriend's not quite interested to like rush there.
Right.
I have to see a movie before.
You can always call me. I'll go.
I should. The spoilers because I see spoilers when I read in headlines and
Right.
it says, "Oh, this person's cameo. I'm like, son of a bitch. Why would you put that in the title? I know they do it on purpose and whatever. So I go, it's 4:00 on Monday.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's about, because you texted me when you got out. You said,
yeah. And I'm the only one in the theater. The only one that was the only car in the parking lot except for employees.
Really?
So I walk up and it's just me, and you cut that ticket. You walk straight up to the vending thing. And they were like, oh, you're going to like it. These are the kids behind the counter. You know, they're teenagers, I'm guessing. And you're going to like it. And the other one's making popcorn. And I said, did you like it? Oh, yeah, I loved it. You're gonna like it. I'm like, oh, cool. That's good.
That's cool.
The theater workers go in. I'm the only guy or the only person in the whole thing. And I sit right in the middle where they suggest for the don't be sour, whatever it is now. And everything's cool. I'm like, wow, I'm the only one in here. So then as the title cards are coming up and the movie's just starting, the first second, a whole family comes in with probably 12 people all talking and getting ready. And I'm trying to.
And they sat right in front of you.
They sat right next to me, 3 seats over. The whole crew sat right here. So they were a crew. So from listening, observation, they're a crew of developmentally disabled.
Okay.
A family.
Right.
Probably there's kids, but maybe late teens to adults with, like gray beard, they're older. Yeah. Older to younger. And at first, because they're walking in and talking and getting situated and the title cards are coming up, I'm like, duh. And then I'll give them grace for, they made it on time and everything's cool. So everybody's settling down. 13 of us total in the whole place. It was so fucking funny. They were the best audience possible. I had such a great time. And
that's the idea. You want to be in a theater with people that enjoy it.
Oh, they were cracking up on everything. Like DC, this was the audience, the perfect audience, including myself in here, with like being superhero lovers and an audience that loves like every joke, right? And then when they were kissing at the end, or near the end, Lois and Clark. Spoiler alert, but you already know
they kiss. Yeah,
no, did they date?
They actually date. Wow, Clark and Lois end up together.
I know.
Oh, wow, you ruined the whole lore.
But anyway,
I hear Superman's not even from Earth.
No,
that's
he's
like
an alien.
He's an alien.
Yeah. They're going ooh when they're kissing. It was so funny. So then it gets to the end is coming. I have tears in my eyes just because it's Superman and it's an awesome movie. Right. But a lot of it too was the reaction of the audience. Going to a movie in the summer. Yeah. It's Superman. It was like, the blockbuster, just the whole feeling of even going to the movies and like American pride. And this is what we can do. We're free to come and watch. It was cool as hell. So
and that's what I love about like Superman specifically, is that I love that optimism.
That's how it was. That's how I felt. Like I walked out feeling like that.
I want sometimes to be moved. I want sometimes to be, but I occasionally I don't want everything to be dark. I don't want, and I didn't, that's why I feel like that's what they did with this. And if people don't like it, don't go. Go watch. You can guess what they have. You can get the HBO Max, app, and you can watch Man of Steel and Batman and versus. You can watch all those movies as many times as you want. Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
I liked Man of Steel. I liked Zod. That was all good. Yep. The Dawn of Justice, or what's the next one?
Batman versus Robin, the Dawn of Justice.
That was horrible.
Oh, it's terrible.
That was bad. But it's
very forced.
As soon as they announced Ben Affleck as Batman,
I didn't even mind Ben Affleck as Batman. That wasn't my. I think it's a terrible plot. I think that Jesse Eisenberg, who I think is a very good actor, I don't like the weird.
It's so bad.
I don't like that version of Lex Luthor. This guy plays Luthor now, man. He's the best Luthor since Gene
And as he gets older, it'll be more grizzled, I guess, too, or beat up if he's going to be continued.
Casting in that movie is incredibly good. The Jimmy Olsen was great. The guy who plays Perry White's great. The parents are cool. I like that they seem like real people. Yeah. Like they feel like people that would be from Kansas. Right. Like I feel like the casting
Kevin Costner and Diane Lane.
And I have no problems with that version, but I like the fact that James Gunn tried to find actors that felt like people that you would meet in a small town in Kansas.
It was good. It was really good.
I think that's important. I mean, the dog is great too. Yeah. Oh my God, the dog is
the whole thing. Yeah, that was funny.
So no, I'm good. I'm glad you liked it. So
yeah. And what else you got planned for the summer?
So I'm going to bring up, I've been busy, but Emerge has got a really cool event, and I know you already know about it.
Yep.
So we're going to try something. We are going, the Emerge, everybody involved with Emerge, and even some people from outside of our network that I'm inviting in, we are doing the first Emerge-a-Thon. It's going to be a 24-hour podcast. We're going to start on Saturday, August 23rd at noon, and we're going to go all the way through the night. We're going to never stop like the Jerry Lewis Telethon, and we're going to finish the next day at noon. So we're going to go 24 hours straight. We're asking all the podcasters to participate and come on in and collab with each other, and then we're going to have some, we're going to play, we're trying to come up with a bunch of things to keep it interesting and fun.
Oh,
we're going to
it'll
probably
be fun.
play,
Yeah,
we're going to play Uno. We're going to do we're going to have a cornhole tournament all live. We're going to have some videos, like some things like, but we're going to have some musical guests. I have a couple guys coming on. Bruce Wojcik has offered to appear.
Cool.
We're going to show his video that we're making. And we're going to, he said he might even perform live. And then I have another alumnus that's coming in that wants to sing. And I got a couple other things working on. And I have some podcasters that aren't even part of my network that I'm inviting in, that do their own thing, but they're friends and just fellow. And we're also going to be doing as a fundraiser. So we're going to have we're going to raise money, and all the money is going to go to Niagara Gospel Mission.
Perfect.
Which is
and they
one of
just
the
had
reasons why
a
is-
disaster that they
John,
bouncing
Dr.
back from.
Reverend Cooper, John is just a great dude. Just
He reached out about coming on and having us do a tour through the.
He's
through the
such a
mission.
good dude. Like, I mean, people were very upset when the Y closed, and I hate to say it, but the mission of the YMCA had changed over the years, and they really weren't committed to our Y anymore. They weren't. That organization, great organization. The Lockport one's amazing, but they just weren't super committed as much as they could be to Niagara Falls. And a lot of what people think about the Y is for. The Niagara Gospel Mission accomplishes that. They are doing tremendous work. They've been there 10 years now. Every square foot of that building
That's cool.
is popping with
10
something.
years. Damn.
They take everybody that needs it. They have all kinds of different programs for veterans. John's a veteran himself. They have veterans that are homeless. They have specific rooms and services for veterans. They have different programs depending on the needs of the people that come to the door. They're in the process of creating a women's shelter because there isn't really a good women. I mean, there is another women's shelter, but they're full. And Community Missions is around. So they work with the other organizations. So they're not in competition with them, but they're trying to find a way to service a place where women can go that is different from the other services. So they're in the process of renovating part of their building for that. And they have they have a clothes closet. They have a shuttle that goes around during the wintertime and picks up people during those cold blue, and they have a van, and they go all over. I didn't even realize this. When the cold blue van goes out, they go all the way to North Tonawanda, and they pick up people in North Tonawanda that are homeless, and they'll bring them back to the shelter here.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then they can't stay. I mean, but then there's also the people that do stay.
Right. They're trying to stay warm.
They don't just, they really are trying to help the people get out of the situation, and it's not a handout. There's expectations, and they really, I was overwhelmed by the job that John is doing. So like, then he had his freezer breakdown, and they lost a ton of food. And that was
rallied. Right. I read the press release for that they
people really showed up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
So it's
but
a
I
good-
want
it's a
to.
good,
I don't know if we'll make $2 or $2,000 or whatever we make. It's all going
We'll
to
have
John.
a good time doing it
And
too.
then
It'll be
we'll
fun.
have fun. So I'm
There'll
like,
be some laughs for
yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna have some fun. It's gonna. I don't know what 3:00 in the morning is gonna look like.
Oh,
3 to
it's
6,
usually
2 to 6 is gonna be kind of
Stupid
like.
time. It's
Yeah,
it's
I am gonna be
laughing
like
for
Jerry
no
Lewis.
reason.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like, I'm gonna have a tuxedo on
good.
by the morning, and but I will not have a tuxedo
lozenge,
on.
the glasses.
Like, marvelous.
Yeah,
No, I will not be wearing a tuxedo, but I'm going to try to produce or be contributing for 24 hours straight.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then pass out.
That's
So that's going to be fun. Again, I'm super
August
appreciative.
23rd.
Yep, it'll be fun. You're going to
Yeah, I'll
participate.
be hanging out. Definitely.
Hopefully some of the photographers. We have a photographer in the building right now. We have about 6 or 7 photographers that use the building all the time now. that helps us keep us developing
content.
That they have a place they can come and do their photography. So I mean that's the goal. Like if you're a young creator, not to be young, if you're a creator of any sort and you just need help, that's kind of my second act. I was a teacher before, and this is kind of my continuation. That should be a fun event. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, so looking forward to it.
I can't drink too much, but
steady.
Because I got it. Maybe I don't know. Like I got to figure that out.
Come out flying out the box.
So how's your summer going? What have you been doing?
Good. A lot of yard work.
Yeah.
I work my normal day job and then get home and just battle weeds and cutting grass and the heat this year. I love it though. Yeah, it's fun. And my gardening has become my other hobby. Kind of forced because my yard has a lot of edges and flower boxes and all that kind of shit. So that takes up a few hours every night.
It does. Like I have a
you can't let it go because it goes nuts.
I have the touch of death
all right.
when it comes to plants. So I actually did my landscaping this year.
Touch all the weeds.
And I used Tyler Leal is his name. Leo Landscaping, and he came. He's another local business guy. Came and did my landscaping.
Are you happy you did? Is it a good decision?
Oh yeah, it was tremendous.
That's a part-time job.
They ripped out everything. They put down a weed barrier. He gave me suggestions of what I should plant, based on what my wife wanted. He did it. He scaled everything down, but he trimmed all my bushes. He redid my landscaping in the back.
Cool. I'm gonna give him a
and
call.
He Tyler Leo Landscaping, like real great guy, like. He did several people locally, and
he's a local dude.
Niagara Falls. A couple guys work for him, and then
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was super happy with the job. I mean, I try to always find local people for everything if I can.
Yeah,
I mean, there are even the corporations that are around. They're not national corporations,
right?
They're still.
I say small businesses under 100 people, or maybe even bigger than that. It might be 1,000 people. I'm
gonna do a shout out to this summer. I got the opportunity to work with Shakespeare in Delaware Park. They're having their 50th anniversary. They just finished 12th night, and now I just finished working on their set today for Richard III, which opens up next week, July 24th, and they go till August 17th. And it's 5 nights a week, free show, 7 o'clock in Delaware Park, which is a beautiful place. It's the 50th season, and a shout out to the organization because their founder is a new Western New York legend named Saul Elkin, who started it. Delaware and Shakespeare Park is the second. I may get this wrong, but they're the second oldest Shakespeare in the park in the nation outside of the only one longer is New York. The one that's in Central Park. There are other Shakespeare in the parks, but they're the second oldest. And their founder Sal Alkin just passed away last night. He passed away yesterday. He's obviously older. He was still involved as much as he could be in his later years. But when we got to the building today, I didn't know. I had not seen it yet. When I got, somebody had left flowers at the edge of the stage. And, the people that were working today were very, very, very sad.
Right.
And I guess lots of people were just showing up in the park over the last 24 hours just to kind of pay their respects to Saul. Wow. And his daughter was the star in 12th Night. She was one of the stars. There's many people in it. And people were saying that he waited until the show was over before he passed away. Held on just a couple extra days because the show. And then, that's again, he's a guy that was a teacher at University of Buffalo for many years. And my shout out to the organization because they're a really amazing group, and I'm super lucky that I got the opportunity to work for them this year.
And you're doing the set design.
I'm on the build crew. I show
up.
That
picture
and
with John McClane.
Yep.
The thing you.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers about that. That was
a lot of fun. I've been in theater my whole life, and I was looking just to kind of. I'm getting paid. I'm getting some good money on the side, and we all get paid. And the one day I got to crawl under to detach bolts, and as soon as I went underneath there, I was like, come on up to the coast, we'll have a few laughs. Right. And but they're a really fun group of people. There's the youngest people that are working on it are probably in their 20s, early 20s. And they're
Theater
going
people are
they're
fun.
going to UP
It's a
to
fun
be
crew.
yeah. And then I
Yeah,
had a
they
couple
always
guys that
are.
were older than me that were there working on it. People that have been doing theater and theater tech for their whole lives, and some people that are just trying to get into it, and then volunteers. So it really is just that is the you're talking about a community organization with longevity. Shout out to Lisa Ludwig and Norm.
It's hard
and
work
everybody.
too. Putting some hard
It's
work
very
in.
hard
Yeah.
work. We're digging holes, and we were there Monday and Tuesday sweating,
it's hot.
building and repainting a set in 88 degree, and the deck is probably 10 degrees warmer
it's
than
bad.
so shout out
Frying.
to our community organizations like that.
Yeah.
All the theater local organizations, they're just
And
tremendous.
that kind of meshes with with Emerge. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's production and creativity and acting and reading, writing.
People shit on Buffalo in Western New York a lot, and we have a lot of things that a lot of areas don't have. And again, community supporting the Niagara Gospel Mission, when how many people showed up and the outreach and what ended up happening because of what happened. People, wow, we got to help out, and there's so many organizations like that. But again, our Western New York local theater community is one of the largest, most vibrant in the country. There are almost too many theater groups. We do the one podcast called Spotlight on the 716, and one of the things I learned from them is that there's just so many theater organizations. There's almost too many because you can't get to all the shows. But there's some in Lockport, and there's some in the NAC, and there's some in Buffalo and in Lancaster, and there's just so many. And but that's led to a vibrant independent film scene.
Yeah.
That small films that are being made and it's all and they're all helping each other out and it's really interesting and not to mention all the other cool things you can do in Buffalo.
Yeah, I like the creativity and imagination of it all.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah,
I enjoy all that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on today, and
thanks for having me.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
So,
no, thanks for
awesome.
letting me come over here and because we can. I mean, that's the thing. Maybe Superman inspired me. We can be so negative about everything. I can't believe.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
easy.
am very sad for the sad things that have happened. Obviously, in the last few weeks.
Right.
But again, I'm gonna But I gotta
Balance it
also
out,
this happens, but this happened too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
and. I can't believe. I'm hoping that
Sensationalism sells, so.
that the Capizis are everybody's okay. I hope
Yeah.
that that they're dealing with that loss and hopefully something, maybe something good will come from them.
Yeah, as I said
for
on the
them.
post that I put up on NiagaraStuff on Facebook, I said, thanks for the memories and the great meals and all the awesome times. And
I wonder who the last people were that
Right.
ate there. I wonder who the last pot of
there had to
plate of
be-
rigatoni or chicken parm.
Was
or,
it Saturday night?
I wonder who the last people were. I wonder if they
probably
realized
know.
they were the last
We'll
people.
know. We'll find out.
You know?
My girlfriend and I were the last people at the Four Seasons, and we walked out in the last crew, and the employees
Yeah.
all were lined up. at the
Really? I
door,
didn't know
and
that. Interesting.
The last movie was Endgame.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool.
Interesting.
Good way. And it was already I'd already seen it a couple times,
Right,
but
right,
we
right.
wanted to go. We looked and it ended, and the last one was at 10:30 or whatever time, 9. We got out at 11, and
I don't know
Pretty
if this
cool.
is official, but I have one funny story that I'll throw in. Remember how the Parkway closed and they were renovating it, the area from DeVoe Woods to downtown?
Yep.
Then they closed it. Well, at the time, my son was working for, I think he was working at the visitor center at that point. Either that or he's working on Old Fall Street. It was this college. It was this college job, summer job. And, of course, he was late, like he always was. So he was speeding down the Parkway, and he got a speeding ticket. And that was the day that the Parkway closed.
so the last.
So
speeding
I
ticket?
say, I think you were probably the last speeding
Good for
ticket
him.
on
Frame
the Robert Moses Parkway, that section
Right.
of it before it. It was closed. Like
Claim to
because it
fame.
closed
That's
it closed that day like at noon.
Yeah.
And he was going to work at 9 o'clock. It's probably
Right.
9:02.
They
Knowing
might
my
have
son,
slid a
so
few more
there may have
tickets
been a
in there.
couple other tickets in there. But I love that
wasn't
on that
hit.
last day, State Parks was still giving out those tickets.
my
Like
God, yeah.
we got to make our
All right,
bucks. A
we
few
got
more.
3 minutes left.
But I
Somebody
said
get
you
out
might
there.
have gotten. You should have saved that ticket and like framed it. You might have been the last speeding ticket on the
It's a hot ticket item on eBay.
But guess ironically they turned it into a parking ticket. He only had to pay a fine. So.
Oh,
Which is apparently the thing now.
Good.
So.
Let's see the story. Happy ending. Happy endings.
Happy ending.
On Niagara Stuff. Well, thank you very much. I hope to see you on the next episode of Niagara Stuff in August. And until then, we'll see you on social media and on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Peace.